It's your old pal Plazzy the Plasma Deity, formerly known as Squatty the Squatter Man, and I'm back again to let y'all in on a little known secret of the Milky Way. Now this is our solar system: the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, watch out for the Klingons around Uranus, and Neptune. Now modern academia tells us that the solar system is all messed up. Mercury is too small of a planet to be so close to the Sun. Venus, why, it spins backwards. Of course, everybody knows that we here on Earth are on a 23.5-degree tilt. Now let's take a look at Uranus. Uranus is tilted by a whopping 98 degrees. Ouch! And why does Neptune spin on its side, tilted 30 degrees to the Sun's orbit? Well, there was a colleague of Einstein's, an Israeli scientist named Immanuel Velikovsky, a very smart man, who once suggested in the 1950s that our planets in ancient times were in a different order and much closer together. And then in the 1990s, along came a very smart man named David Talbot, and he made a documentary called Symbols of an Alien Sky, whereupon he suggested that it was the Earth, Mars, Venus, and Saturn that was the alternate planetary alignment, and for primitive man and early hominids, this is what it would have looked like from Earth. And this planetary alignment with the planets so close would have created a plasma discharge in between the planets that would have looked a little something like this. Me, my handsome self, Plazzy the Plasma Deity, here I am. And David Talbot, he went about looking and he found this image of me all over the world. They just couldn't stop drawing me. I guess my handsome self was too hard to resist. Anyway, here to explain the rest, is that weird guy, Steve. I mean, he really is weird. I mean, you guys don't even know. I've secretly filmed him doing some Silence of the Lambs stuff. Look for yourself.
Shake that ass, mommy. Shake that ass, mommy. Shake that ass, mommy.
What the actual... I guess old Plazzy won't be needing his eyeballs anymore, folks. Anyway, here he is, somebody who's definitely not weird at all. It's Steve.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Atlantis Confirmed. My name is Steve. Let's get started. I tell you, this Paracas needlework, whatever you want to call it, the tapestry work of the Paracas people, which is leagues ahead of where it should be in 800 BCE in comparison to the rest of the world. Consider the Shroud of Turin, how simple the herringbone pattern is in that. That's 800 years later, in year zero. So this is 800 beat before the Common Era. Look at how beautiful and the colors that they're getting out of this. Okay, so this Paracas piece is really proving to be a Rosetta Stone. And one of the main reasons why is because it's the most detailed. And I think that should not be lost on us in as much as if it were a transfer of information, it seems like the time involved, it would have got less detailed as things got misinterpreted or lost to time because of erosion. I think it's very significant that this is the most detailed, and I think that bespeaks of they saw it themselves, and it also bespeaks of they are going way back, because I think the Paracas date further back than 800 BCE, because here is the fish god. This is Oannes. This is the fish, the Dogon priest that became the Mitre of today. So I don't think that it is possible that two opposing sides of the planet, 1,000 years apart, interpreted it the exact same way. So I think that we're seeing both. I think that these guys said, well, we have our own stuff that we had as this, and then they came in contact with the Sumerians, who said, well, we see them as this guy, and it became together. The only other explanation is this really did look like exactly like a fish robe in the sky, and it was so much so that two opposite cultures could record the same event. Now here's the other thing. We are talking about 1,000 years difference. I don't think it's possible to have, remember, no internet, no mass production of books or pamphlets, or the printing press didn't come till much later. We only have what's being passed down from shaman to shaman. And I don't think that it's possible for this level of detail to have only existed for 5 or 6 days of creation thousands of years prior and still had remained this vivid. And I think that bespeaks of it's quite possible that this plasma deity planetary alignment had been in the entirety of man's existence. And the reason we only have one in the ancient Aboriginal caves is, or one figure of the plasma deity. It's multiple storyboards of it, but it's only ever depicting one. Is with the white anyway. We do see the three later on, and we don't know of what period they were all created in. However, we do find the oldest depiction of just one 15,000 years ago, but I also saw it in the Lascaux caves. So I'm starting to think this thing was around for the planetary alignment was around for and Squatter Man and Plasma Deity in the Sky was around for the entirety of the Neanderthals and the early Homo sapiens existence. I'm thinking around the time of the Derinkuyu caves is the time when we start seeing the underground cities. That's when they started separating and the destruction came down. Let's get. That's where I'm at timeline wise. I'm more convinced now that it was always the Zep Tepi, as the Egyptians called it, the before time, the golden age, the best sun, Saturn, time of the best sun. Okay, so I'm going to show you how this is yet another match. I'm going to prove Atlantis to you once more, but with the Paracas, Peru tapestry Rosetta Stone. I'm able to use the exact same letters that I was able to use for the Narmer palette. It's all the same thing. This is the Narmer palette. Look, he's even in the Narmer pose. And why? Because this is the plasma deity, and the plasma deity had it, was up and down, and they just took the top and they took the bottom. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and start at A. Okay, so let's go ahead and give this the full screen treatment. A, we have the head being carried. Over here, we have a head being carried. And here's what I want to point out to you. Here's an arm, and here's an arm. Here's an arm, and here's an arm, and here's the third arm. Are we starting to look at Shiva? Is this, we're getting close to Shiva here. So you'll notice that it's a little person instead of just the head. That is what I told you about in my last video. This is from Switzerland. This was one of these plasma deities that Squatter Man drawing David Talbot found. And you'll see that sometimes the sphere on the side resembled a tiny plasma deity itself, just because of refraction, and it's constantly in flux. And this is where the ascetic, the sadhu and their apprentice come from. Or the magician and the magician's apprentice, if you like. Okay, so holding a head, hand holding a head, hand holding a head. A. B. Well, first of all, let's just take that it's a figure turned sideways. That should be the first commonality, right? So B. The feet are pointed in the same direction, right here. And again, this is 800 BCE in Peru. This is full 600 years before in the Semitic Levant, like Syria today. So here we go. This is the head. This is the B is the legs are both planted the same way. C is the. Okay, so C. What do I have C as? I believe. Okay, C is the head here. The head here is the fist over here, and we know it's the fist because. See how the fish head, the fish mouth is open here and it points to the head? This would be the fish mouth, and it's pointing closer to this nub than it is up to here. So this would actually be over here. So again, this is in flux. This is in constant movement. So these are going to be a little aside, but the same line right here is right here. And it's pointing at here, or you could even take this as the right side of it, right here, this line, as this line right here, and then this would be going up. But the point is, here is this, and take that. It's pointing up to there. It's pointing up to the thing. This nub on, let's take C or D. D is the little curly Q. I mean, look at this. Look at this. How much more do you need? That is so specific. Look at that and look exactly where it is. It's a predictive model. This is a curly Q, exactly where this curly Q is. E. E was E is the skirt. He's got a skirt. F. F are the feet that became the feet of Apophis. Instead of the feet, we have a stalk. Remember I told you they're shaping into their own regional and cultural biases. See these little jut outs? They're exactly the same as this. They've just turned this, just like this became a stalk of corn in the Popol Vuh. It is a stalk of wheat for the Levant. So here we go. There's the little fingers, and you'll notice it's going right up the side, just like right up the side here. And this with the staff creates the arc. See, they're taking the silhouette and they're doing something different. But here's feet on the inside here. Here's feet on the inside here. Okay, let's continue. That's E. Okay? That was F. Now G. G is the this part going into the mouth of this. Well, that's the hand connected to, it's the arm connected to the hand. This would be the arm and this would be the hand. Right there. This is the arm going into the hand above the head. H. Where are you, H? Okay, H is on the side. H is this part right here is the elbow. That's the elbow right there. The way that curves around, the whole silhouette. That's the elbow. I is the inner part here, the mouth. I guess I did determine that would be. So yeah, it's just a little bit off. Again, this is Peru in South America, and this is Egypt. I'm sorry, not Egypt, Syria. So you can't expect, well, this is not, 2 inches this way. This line points to him. This line is pointing to him right there. And the inside, the scoop, is made right there, and that's that. And see, I could, okay, J right here. Look at J. It's the lines going across, right? J. The lines going across. It's a match. It's a match. And this is 600 years apart on the other side of the planet. And that is obviously in pre-Columbian times. And here's what I also see a lot too. The 2 dots that are sort of eyes here, they turn that into an ear and an eye. And you see that a lot in occult work, especially in Hollywood, like the Eyes Wide Shut. Look at the Eyes Wide Shut. This is Nicole Kidman right here, and Tom Cruise is right here kissing her. But she's in profile, her eyes looking at the camera and her ears there. This is a match. I'll go through them one more time. Holding a head, holding a head. I could have added more letters. Here's an arm and here's an arm. Here's an arm and here's an arm. And then, this is the arm going over the top. It's a match. That's, okay, so A and A. B, the same stance. C is the, what did I say C was? Oh, just the fist itself is this up here that we have a node. D is the curly Q. In fact, we have 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. All of this back here became the, this is all of this was this. It also became the Native American headdress. Okay, so E is the skirt. They're both wearing a kilt. F is the feet, little node feet that are created by the wheat stalk, and if you could see, it's also the helmet right there. Look, they're exactly the same. These could, you put these close together, it's this. And look how this matches the wheat stalk things, because these are the same over here. It's on the same side, going up and around. So that's F. G is that the line here points to the node. G to the node. I is the scoop in the very top. I is the scoop in the very top. J is the lines in the helmet. There's the horizontal lines in the helmet. And K is that it's just a side figure to the, to the left there. There you go. This is either an information exchange. Take it whichever way you want. You can either take it as this is proof of the plasma deity event, which is astonishing, or you can take it as it is proof of a transfer of information in the pre-Columbian era, transoceanic. That is Atlantis. And I don't know what, I'm proving Atlantis daily now. So I'm just going to keep making videos until somebody pays attention. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm going to bust out a few here because I got some real easy ones I can run through. See you next time. I don't want
Divine and alien.